Hello and welcome everyone! Yeah, today's video will be all about this nifty little block. It's called the magnetic block. I like to call it magnet block. So today we are going to build a real working elevator. So I already prepared something. As you can see, it's like an office building, and this will be like the elevator shaft. So let's say you have multiple floors in a single building, like, for now we only have one, but we'll build some more. And let's say you want the elevator to stop on each and every floor. The first thing we'll need is a call button for an elevator. So let's put it over here. And we need to put it over here. If we put it over here, it won't work. And I explain to you why. And we'll need two things for this. First, we'll need the downwards pointing puller, which is this block, and an upwards pointing puller, which is this one. Now, if you push it, nothing happens. But let's say your elevator is below us, like there. Now we push it, and this block will pull it towards us. Or let's say the elevator is above us, like over here, and we push it, and we'll also get pulled down, which is this one. This one, right here. So, that's all you need to know about the call button. So wait, now let's get some sliding doors from the Japanese DLC pack. We are using quite a few items, which are only in DLC packs. I think also those sloped, angled windows. Because like in every video I get the question, why don't I have this item? You need to buy the DLC pack, then you have all the items. So we'll need a few of those paper sliding doors. Well, they're made out of paper, but you won't notice. And let's also color them so they don't look like paper. Of course, we don't have gray, we have white or black. So let's use black. And let's put some doors down, like this. Now we have an elevator door. And the interesting part is, now that we push the button, and we have a room. Now that we push the button, the door also gets opened. Like this. Yeah, very, very practical. So, and if you want to know a few things about magnetic blocks, I have a whole tutorial about it, which I will show you now in the top right corner. Up there. Not where the meatball is, in the corner. Yeah, and this little room will demonstrate the range of a button. So we have it over here, right in the center. It's considered to be this block. So as you can see, right in the center. If we push it, look at those two arrow buttons. Both get activated. So it will have a range of 5 by 5 and a height of 3. One above and one below. But this will also be explained in the magnetic block tutorial. And wait, the same for the other button as well. The one where you can step on. The same thing happens. So as you can see, we got a range of 2. So those two doors are still in the range of this one. So, and if I were to put it over here, those two would be out of range. That's why we put it over there. Now I can't get out. Yeah, and I think what we'll need now is the most important part, the elevator. This one will be made out of magnetic blocks. And we don't want to be too wasteful with the magnetic blocks, because they are limited to 256 per island. It's a very, very low limit. But what can you do? So we only built the floor and the ceiling of the elevator. Maybe a bit too low. So we'll make it 3 blocks high. Yeah, like this. And now we want to make the inside of the elevator shaft also a bit prettier. Should look pretty. I mean, it fits the floor. And over here we'll leave some space for the buttons to press. I mean, normally they're at the side of the elevator, but so we can see it more clearly when we get in, they are just at the opposing side. And because we will make a blueprint out of this, we want to make it also 6 blocks high. So, because I noticed my video was getting a bit too complicated, I destroyed everything again, so you can see it better. So, when we press this button, it will activate those two. I moved them over here, so they have a bigger range, because as you can see, this one only interacts with, well, not enough to move the whole platform, and this one is alright. Because of those pushers and pullers, they only have a range of 3. So 1, 2, 3. That's the range of them, as you can see. And this one is too far off, so it only interacts with this little corner. So we will remove this one and we will put it over here. And now it interacts with at least 3/4 of the elevator. But this is still not enough. So we also put one over here, which will move the remaining ones, and one over here, which will also move the remaining ones. So, but how can we also activate those? Because this thing has a nice range. We can put this arrow button over here. This one gets over here. This one will now activate those two. And after they get activated, it will get directed over here and over here. So now all the pullers get activated. And we also need some magnet blocks over here, because the ceiling and the floor needs to be connected. Otherwise they'll behave like two separate objects. So now let's make the ceiling. Yeah, and I think we can build the walls now. But before we do that, we need to place down a downwards pointing puller over here and a downwards pointing pusher over here. Those will be for every floor, and they will help us move the whole elevator to the other floors. So, because normally in elevators you have this going up and going down. If we press this now, it doesn't point to anything, so nothing happens. And if we press this one, the downwards pointing pusher gets activated and will send the elevator down one floor. And if we have the downwards pointing puller, this one floor above us, this one will get activated by this arrow button, and it will pull the whole elevator one floor up. This is the whole idea. So now we can close off the walls, and I'll make a blueprint out of this, and then you'll see that this floor is enough to make the whole building work. Meh. And be careful not to step on those arrow buttons by itself, because then it won't work and you'll destroy your build. I just noticed. And I just noticed we need to connect those two, because otherwise they'll indeed behave like two separate magnetic block objects. So we'll make a little pillar over here, which has the same height as the whole elevator. This will be like our support structure. And for the floor we'll use a nice wooden finish. This one. Looks very industrial and very pretty. So, and now we'll make a blueprint out of it. Like this. And now we just place it down and let the villagers do all the work. Ah, that's how I like it. Let's use a chest and put everything inside. Not the magnetic blocks, because we don't need them anymore. We have the elevator already, but everything else. And they're already working. Let's see that we got everything. Ah, we're missing something. Oh, did she steal your glass doors? Oh, poor guy. So, and now comes the moment of truth. Let's see if it works the way it was intended. We can also remove the blueprint. So let's see if the elevator gets called. Meh.
A few minutes later.
So, let's see what the problem is. Now I destroyed the ceiling of the elevator, because the ceiling doesn't work with this build, I noticed. Otherwise, the elevator will call to the second floor and it will stop halfway, because it thinks the ceiling is a platform where you want to stand on. And this won't work. So now, we'll make it so it works. So, going up, going down, this gets over there, this gets over here.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Whew, okay, now my brain is steaming, but I think I have the solution. So let's see. We'll remove everything. So this button activates the other side and this side as well. Does it work? Yes. Now we'll press a floor plate, which will activate the upwards pointing puller and the downwards pointing puller. Both interact with one side. Because we only press this one, it will only activate those two and won't go any further. Same on the other side, this one and this one. And now we can work with the other side. This will go up, press this button. This will point in this direction, then in this direction, then it goes up. Now we need to tricks a bit. And then it goes up. And push this button, which will activate the call function. This will basically call the elevator to the floor above us. Now, going down, which is this downward pointing pusher, this will go over there, activate this one, but before it reaches the other ones, it goes to the other side. We'll redirect it over there, and we'll activate this one. Although I'm not quite happy with this little convoluted thing. Okay, we'll build it a bit higher up, so it's hidden for everyone. So we can build it up here. So this goes to this side, this goes to this side. I have the perfect idea. Here goes a button up. No, it doesn't need to go up. We only need to activate. And now we can just put this arrow button over here and hide it. But this will now activate this button, which is basically the same as this button. I hope you're all still following. So now we got this contraption and we need to activate this arrow button. So all we need is an arrow pointing up over here. Like this. This arrow will interact with this arrow. This one will get over here and activate basically this button to activate the call function. This one will get over there, and we need one more arrow button over there and over there. And this one does the same on this side. It just goes up. If you press it in the floor above us, it will activate this arrow. This goes to this one, this goes to this one, and this can be a puller, like this. And this also. Because we press it one floor above us, it goes to this, down. And then we basically pull the elevator one floor down. What a convoluted mess. But I bet it will work now. Yeah. And I hope it works. Let's hope for the best. I will now tidy everything up, rebuild the second floor, and we'll test it. Whew. And I think it works. So we'll use the call function now. Works. Let's go down. Works. Let's go up. Works. I think it works. I'll make a few more floors and then we'll see if it works. Yeah, and basically I improved upon it now. I moved those a bit higher so you can see them when you enter the elevator. And this one doesn't activate this whole contraption where it goes to this puller over here and then it goes over to the other side and activates this one as well. No, this one only goes to an arrow button which faces this direction. And then it goes over here and activates the button. I'll show you. So I'll now show you what I did. So basically we have this button. This one goes over there, activates this button, which will activate this and this one. This one will also activate this one, which will activate this button and this and this. And now we have those buttons which go up and down. This one will go up, activate this button, goes one floor above us, which will then activate an arrow over here, and this one will go over here and activate everything. This one will go down over there, goes a bit below us, and then there will be a button which points in this direction and activates this one. This one will not be in the way. It's a different level. Yeah. That's the basic contraption. This button activates for this floor. This activates this button on the floor above us. And this activates this button on the floor beneath us. Yeah, Pretty simple. I know it looks very complicated, but that's all there is to it. I'm also always learning by doing stuff. Oh, and while talking about learning, if you haven't noticed, I have started a second channel where I learn stuff in real life, not in this game. And here you can see a little bit. We're here at the riding school Blue Mill, and next to me is Eki, the riding instructor. Next to you is a horse, not me. I'm a little further away. Yeah, next to me is a horse. Don't tell stuff that's not true. Yeah, and it was very fun to make. Yeah, and hopefully you also find it funny. The link will now be in the top right corner of the screen and at the end of this video. Then you can see Benny learns stuff. The first one will be Benny learns riding. Horse riding. And make sure to subscribe, if you haven't already. Oh, you suicide kid. Oh, we need to prevent suicide, don't do that. And look, now it looks like a Rubik's Cube. Maybe also not a bad idea. To make a Rubik's Cube and every room has a different color. So I think it's 27 rooms. Not a bad idea. We'll see. Let's go up, and let's go up, and let's go up. Hey! Awesome. Yeah, now we got a little cube building. Yeah, and I think that's it. I hope you liked this video. If so, please consider liking it. And I'll see you in the next one. So have a good day, morning, or evening, or a very good night. Until then, bye!